Hey everyone, it's Boogeyman Ben. Hope everyone's doing well and everyone's having a nice day. Yes, I am finally back. I'm recovered. What I had is finally starting to go away. I still got a little bit of a sickness, but for the most part, I'm back to normal. Want to play catch up on a lot of the videos I wanted to do for the last 3 or 4 what I'm doing now and what I will be doing this week is I'm going to try to get in all the videos I wanted to do 3 weeks ago. There were some things I wanted to showcase that I picked up and got as gifts for my birthday, which was a month ago. And also I wanted to do some movie reviews. What today's video is going to be a movie review. This is a movie that I just watched on Saturday evening. It was a movie that I had wanted to find. Initially, I heard it was going to be on video on demand, and it wasn't on my cable provider, so I was kind of pissed about that. And then I drove looking, trying to find the DVD because it came out this past Tuesday, which was May the 6th, and I couldn't find it. And then just this past Saturday, we were at Target, and they had a copy of it, and I watched it the night I bought it. It's a film that I went into just, I'd seen the trailer for it. It was a selection at the 2013 Tribeca Film Festival. Sounded interesting, sounded different, and it was something I wanted to give a chance. The movie I'm talking about is Mr. Jones. Now, I don't know if a lot of people have heard about this movie. I had just seen a trailer for it and a couple of still images for it on Shock Till You Drop, and I thought I'd look it up and watch the trailer, and I watched the trailer, and it was intriguing. And I thought, I'd pick this one up and just give it a chance when it came out. So I watched it. I want to talk about it, give you a little bit of background on plot, characters, cast, director, and then I'll tell you my thoughts on the film. So I hope everyone enjoys this. Please stay tuned. Okay, Mr. Jones is the directorial debut of Carl Mueller, who actually wrote the script as well. So the story of Mr. Jones focuses on the characters of Penny, played by Sarah Jones, and Scott, played by John Foster. Scott is attempting to make a nature documentary. They both go out into this cabin out in the middle of nowhere. What ends up happening is while they are out there attempting to film this documentary, they end up coming across Mr. Jones, who is an elusive artist who sends his artwork to random people with no rhyme or reason. Scott begins to investigate the mythology and rumors surrounding Mr. Jones with the intent to make him the subject of his next documentary, despite warnings that he should stay far away from the man in question. Now, Mr. Jones is anything but predictable. My first really gripe with the film, and it's just my own preference, is I don't like found footage films, and I knew this was found footage going into it. But again, when I go into these films, I'm going, could this have been a straightforward narrative? And in my opinion, yes, it would have been a better film, in my opinion, if it would have just been a straightforward narrative. I know Carl Mueller, the director and the writer, was trying to do something different with the found footage genre. It almost has a Jacob's Ladder kind of vibe to it. One thing I do have to say about the film is that the sculptures that Mr. Jones creates, which was developed for the film by Halloween sculptor Pumpkin Rot, are amazing. These sculptures are characters in the film. They stand out. They're very creepy. The use of them and the way that they're put in scenes is just really started well out done. The film didn't have a lot of that shaky cam, which I thought was great. It was really kind of slow, and as the film progressed and things got a little bit more wacky, it became this, and I just can't focus on something like that. And I think that's my biggest gripe with the film, is I just wish it was a standard film. You can't really focus on anything because all you're seeing is this. And I know it's supposed to make you feel like you're there with the characters, and I think that's the effect that the director and the writer were trying to get across. But it's just, for me, it just doesn't work. And it's getting to the point where I'm just sick of these characters of Scott and Penny, played by John Forster and Sarah Jones. Some people have found, reviews that I've read have found them irritating in the film. I actually really liked them both in the film. I thought they, had good chemistry. I had liked Sarah Jones from the show Alcatraz, so I was happy to see her in something else. There's a lot of creepy atmosphere in this film, and I think that's another strength of it. There's some crazy scenes in this film. Scenes that make you panicky a little bit, and I think that was really done well. So there are things in the film that I really do like. Like I said, I love the Pumpkin Rot sculptures. They're just amazing. There's a lot of good tension in the film. I think the Mr. Jones character is used very well because you don't see him very well all the time. You see him in the shadows, or you see him kind of cloaked, and his face is, you can kind of make out his face sometimes, and other times you can't. The main characters are very well done. I thought they had good chemistry. The direction is solid. The problem I had with it is, again, it just falls into that, even though it's trying not to be a found footage film, it's just too, I'm just sort of sick of this genre is all I can say, and that's my own. If I had to give it a grade on my typical 1 to 10 scale, 10 being the highest, I would give it a 6.5 out of 10. I don't hate the film. I think it was well done. Again, it's just my own preference. I am not a big fan of found footage. I did know it was going to be found footage going into it, but the angle that they went with in the film, it just didn't work, I think, as well as a kind of found footage style film. So I want to thank everybody for taking the time to watch my review of the movie Mr. Jones. And again, thanks for the continued support of Boogeyman Ben's Horror Zone. And I have some new videos coming this week. I'm going to try to squeeze in as many as possible. And sorry for the lag in updates and responding back to people's feedback and things like that. I'm on the mend, and I will be getting back on to this train, which is Boogeyman Ben's Horror Zone, and I will be responding to everyone that has written me as long as it takes me. And I hope everyone looks forward to some really cool videos coming up soon. And I hope everyone has a great evening. Take it easy. Thanks for watching. Peace.